Good morning, Valerie.
Good morning, Rosie.
We are live on Facebook on the last Monday of April. Can you
I can't
believe
even believe
that?
it. No, I can't believe it. It's unreal that we're already like almost done with April.
I know it's really, really crazy. Just I don't even know what to think about how fast time goes by.
It's just, man, it's fast.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything else to say. It's just go. I know. I can't even believe that it's already going to be May. What's April showers, May flowers.
Right. Yep. April flowers bring May flowers, showers. And March went in like a lion and out like a lamb.
Oh,
Although I don't think the people up north would believe that. It snowed last week in April in some states.
uh,
I don't think that they would believe that March was the one that went in like a lion and out like a lamb.
that's crazy. I'm sharing this to my Facebook. Closing out April with my battle.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
as we start May next month, we're getting ready to celebrate Action Zone's third birthday.
can you
Yay.
believe it? I
No, I
know.
can't. It's so hard to believe.
Third birthday and our seventh cohort in session right now.
Yep.
Special summer
Yep.
session.
Yep, the sixth cohort just finished on Saturday. I was fortunate that I had time between because I was teaching the seventh cohort and we got done a bit earlier on Saturday. So I was able to jump on the Zoom call for the last of cohort number 6. And as usual, I got all choked up because I just,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it when I was talking to them, and it's not like they each get a piece of my heart because then I would have nothing left after 7 cohorts. But it's like each of them get another, they add a piece to my heart, not take
Yes,
a piece, they add a piece.
I know. Let's have a party. Let's have a three-year-old party.
I think we should. And that was one of the requests when I jumped on that call was when are we going to get together in person? And I
Oh,
guess
nice.
since yeah, and even a couple of the people that are out of the area said they definitely come in, both in that cohort and the other, and cohort number 7 said they definitely come to Tampa.
Ooh,
For
I wonder if Jason Furman would come.
I don't know. He said he would put it on the calendar if I gave him enough notice.
Let's do it. Yeah, because he's a detective, and I want him to be a luminary influencer.
He's a detective.
Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to say that.
I didn't know Jason was.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, okay, we didn't say that.
Sorry, Jason. He's just got that badass look.
Yeah.
Yes,
but and I won't name names, but we had another one that was a detective that had a badass look too.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
also another one of they're all my favorites. I can't just say it's my favorite, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Felicia Pecora, now promoted to lieutenant in the Tampa Police Department. Yeah, we've had a couple of law enforcement folks.
Well, and Richard
firefighters.
Richard Janke was retired from the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
But that's not unusual because veterans are service oriented, they're service minded. And so to come out of the service and go into, frontline work, whether it's healthcare or one of the responders like law enforcement.
Well, that was my goal when I was retiring. I'd been planning it for about 3 years to go to school, use my GI Bill to be physical, going to physical therapy so I could take care of our geriatric population. But then that all changed because my comrades couldn't find jobs. Yeah, it wasn't my calling, I guess. Now I need physical therapy all the time.
Yeah, it's a thing. So let's talk about these cohorts. We've been we're on our 7th, and over the last couple of weeks I've been sending surveys out to all of the ones that have been through our program. And aside from the really cool things about how many jobs have been created, which is 44, and how
Awesome.
much revenue has been generated, which is almost 3 million,
That's
and
amazing.
how many have launched a business, even back from 2018. I think about a little more than 75% have actually launched, and then there's another handful that say they're going to launch in the next 6 to 12 months. But and that's all really great and good, and we love that. And we support all of them. You know, they still write or come to events or Zoom meetings, and they still email when they need connections, and that's really awesome.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting too, though, are the reasons that people did not start a business. There were several that responded that they discovered that owning a business was really not what they thought it was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and they decided that it wasn't for them. We had a couple that responded that because of the content that we provide and the way we help them validate the concept and the customer and then build that model, that a couple of them responded that they discovered that the product or service that they wanted to create
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to be profitable. You know,
Yeah.
it was never going to get legs, either because it just was not a pain point that enough people suffered from, or in the case of one of ours, and she'll recognize herself, she discovered that the product, when she went across the country, she discovered that the product she wanted to create was already in existence. It just the
Oh yeah.
market hadn't made it here. So,
Nikki.
yep. And she said, you know, it saved her a lot of time and money developing a product that was already perfect the way it was, the way
Yeah.
it's been created from somebody else. I mean, um, it should have been gratifying to know that somebody else saw the need that she saw, but it's really great that she was able to see it.
Yeah.
And then you know, I was surprised. I
Yeah.
thought that always we hear that funding is an issue. You know, I need funds. I need funds. I cannot tell you how many people a week, how many veterans or military spouses a week I speak to or get an email from that says, I need to find a grant to start my business. I need to
Yeah.
get money to start my business. And as everybody who knows us knows, you know, the options for that are few and far between.
Yeah.
Bootstrapping is the way to go until you're making enough money or have a product that's interesting to investment. But funding wasn't the only reason that people didn't start their businesses. Some of them are still working on certifications. Others need to get additional education in some sort to really finalize what their business is going to be. And I suspect that has more to do with technology sometimes, or maybe the arts. But I thought that was interesting. Funding for other things, not just funding for the business, but trying to find a reasonable attorney or waiting for the copyright trademark things to come through with another one. And it just was really interesting to see the responses of the people that wrote on the survey.
That's I'm so glad that you touched on the people who realized that they weren't as entrepreneurial minded. Well, I shouldn't say that, because entrepreneurial mindset is something that, you know, being a business owner just wasn't for them.
Right.
And that learning, just because you think it's a great idea doesn't necessarily mean it is, and or doing your research, making sure somebody else hasn't already beat you to the market first, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to stop there.
Right.
You know, you can improve on you know, what you've discovered. I'm trying to find this event. And here are your events, and I'll drop it in here. But Renee Bob, she is one of my colleagues at Bunker Lab. She's just an amazing woman, Navy veteran, business coach. She owns part of a women's basketball team in Nashville, author, series, like she teaches people how to become, like, to write books and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
she's doing an event to teach people how to find grants.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yes, and it's free. So I'll drop, once we get done here, I will drop the event link um, here for everybody. Um, yeah, Renee's, I don't, she's probably not listening. It's, but shout out Renee. Oh, Music City Icons is the name for basketball team,
Oh, okay.
the women's team, of course. Oh, here it is. I got it. I'm dropping it in right now.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, those are amazing statistics, and the social and economic impact that those companies are having in the state of Florida. That's just awesome.
Mhm.
And
I
beyond,
also
because we have a couple people beyond Florida that are taking part of our cohort. So that's wonderful.
I also asked a couple of questions about the COVID pandemic and whether or not it affected their business and how. And I thought it was really interesting that only a third of the respondents felt like there was an impact to their business. And of that third, about 50% of them said that the pandemic actually helped their business, which is really enlightening. It was great to see how they faced this business challenge as well as a personal and health challenge, but they faced this business challenge by either pivoting their idea, or in several cases, some people created a new business that catered to the pandemic. And in other cases, the slowdown of their business gave them time to start working on another one that they wanted to start, but they were so, pushing the machine through on the first one that they couldn't get the second one started. So that was all of the responses were so thoughtful in the breadth and depth of information that they provided when I asked these
That's
questions.
awesome.
I don't think it was my questions. It was just that they had an opportunity to share. And
Yeah.
sometimes that just makes us feel better when we get to vent, right? How many
Yeah.
vent calls do you and I have a week? Or
Oh,
vent
yeah, I know. I know. Well, too, and a lot of successes that they haven't, probably nobody's asked them until we've asked them, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
So, that's awesome. I'm so proud of everybody just digging, like taking advantage of the information, of the experiences that we as the facilitators, all entrepreneurs, all of our lickings and lessons learned, and turning it into, them realizing their own dreams to become entrepreneurs. So how exciting.
Yeah, Don, we had that Wednesday midweek meetup. And starting in March, I sent invitations to everybody that's ever been a part of the Veterans Florida program, at Action Zone and a few of the other network partners, and invited them to participate in it as well. And I know that
Oh, nice.
there'll be a slow ramp to getting that up to speed and how many people will end up hosting on a Wednesday night. But last Wednesday, we had 3 different cohorts from Action Zone represented.
Oh,
And it was really uncanny that all 3 of them were able to utilize something from one of the other 2 in their own business. So
nice.
after the midweek meetup, I'm seeing the emails flying like, thanks for connecting us. And yeah, let's talk about how, whether it was HR or financial documentation or policies and procedures, or and photography and artwork for one of the businesses. So it was really fascinating how they immediately, when just talking to each other, were able to see some opportunities to either help each other's business out or employ each other to do certain things for them.
That is, that whole networking piece when you're an entrepreneur is so important, and connecting with people outside of your, that just your general circle of contacts. And for some, it's really about stepping outside of your comfort zone, being
Mhm.
vulnerable enough to talk about where you are in your business and what your needs are, and um, discovering the willingness of other entrepreneurs to help you. And young entrepreneurs that are, they're in the fight, early stage fight, just like you are, and they're still willing to take time to help.
Yeah, that was what was so special about that. And I'm just looking forward to more of the cohort members from various programs and various cohorts to join, because I already know that there are some connections that could be made from looking at the businesses that have been through us, and I
Yeah.
make those connections. But the three that were on Wednesday that were able to help each other out, I wouldn't have put them together. And
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm anxious for them, for the midweek meetups to be a real popular thing. And no, none of our cohorts are required to attend it. It's just drop in if you have something that you want to say or you need help with something. Some of them just drop in because they're not doing anything Wednesday night and it's a fun place to hang out. We had one that lasted a couple hours. That was shocking, but we kept chatting. So at
Yeah.
that point, I should have gone to get my wine. I did not, but
That's funny. Yeah, it's so just what we do is so amazing. I'm just so happy that we're blessed enough to be able to um, provide it to them, and that you put so much work into it. And it's like we're just so fortunate.
we are. I say that every day. I never, as much work as it is, I don't see it that way. It's just, we learn something at Action Zone. Those of us that work with it, we learn something something new every day. Every cohort presents us with a challenge that we hadn't met before, and we've got to figure out how to make that work, even if it's just for one individual, or if it's for the whole cohort. But yeah, we are very fortunate, and I thank God every morning that I get to do this, because not very many people get to say that they're doing exactly what they're meant to be doing exactly when they're doing it. And I think we're all very fortunate. We all know that. We talk about that as an organization. We talk about that quite frequently. Oh, you froze. Okay, now you're not.
Yeah, oh, there. Good morning, Wally. Oh, who's visiting us today? Wally, Daryl, Hitch, Teresa Fox. Good morning,
Good morning,
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah, I have to go see. What was I going to say? I had a thought, but I got distracted from hearts popping up on my phone from from our followers or our listeners this morning. Um, I don't remember. I remember. I was telling Jeremy, I've had to do a lot of reflecting over the last couple of weeks because of things that have developed in I was like, I think my true calling in life is, even though I'm entrepreneurial and luminary, I mean, we're doing really good. But I believe that my purpose is to help other entrepreneurs, and that goes to the service thing. And I say it all the time. I know you've heard me say it a zillion times, that this country was built on the backs of entrepreneurs. And if we don't continue to provide resources to support those early stage entrepreneurs, that it is economically devastating. But so I just want to make sure that everything that we do together, or everything that I do in life, is to support that early stage so that they can continue to prosper and give back. Giving back.
And this is why we were intended to meet, right? I mean,
It still makes me
neither
laugh.
one
that
of
you
us
think I
planned
like
it. I wasn't
Yeah.
even in the entrepreneurial realm. It never occurred to me that all of my experiences having businesses in the past and working for big corporations and small companies, and just the whole of the experience that I have had by the time I was 55 and started working in the field, never occurred to me that this is what I should be doing. And I could very easily have walked away from all of it. I could have, there was just something about it that intrigued me the very first time I saw an opportunity. And I just had no idea it was going to knock me over like a ton of bricks. And everybody I say this to everybody, I don't know what shape or form my participation is going to continue to take, but it's always going to be here. I feel at home. I'm energized by doing this. I could be working 15 hours a day and often do, but it's just a labor of love.
It is. It's very exhilarating to be around entrepreneurs. They're so full of hope, so much energy, and it's like they just want to see everybody else succeed too, I love it. Wally says your network is your net worth, and your net worth goes well beyond the money. Aw.
It does. It absolutely. If you go into your business about making money, it's going to be a much different path than if you're going into business to solve somebody's problem, and the money will come if you're doing that correctly.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Oh, we're feeling so philosophical for the last Monday in April.
It must be the moon. We got a pink moon coming tonight.
Oh, do we? Oh, well, then I'm dressed for the occasion. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I read about it this morning. It's one of the 2 super moons this year, and I don't know. It's not called pink moon because it's going to be pink, but it's one of the 2 super moons this year. So
interesting.
It's at 11:53.
Oh yeah,
you will not be awake.
I'm just gonna have to watch a picture on Facebook. I'm more apt to see the spaceship go off at 3 o'clock in the morning than I am to see the moon at 11:53.
Yeah, I know, me too. I mean, I might still be awake, but I'm not going outside in my PJs to see it.
No, why not?
Because I'll be sitting on the couch watching TV if I'm still up at that time. Probably will be laying in bed.
We need to go back because I have an idea. We need to go back to what we were talking about the survey and about the things that people who didn't start a business need.
I've got a great idea.
I got a great idea. I'm going to put a similar survey up, and we'll put the link to it in the comments here. I would love to hear from other entrepreneurs that haven't been in our programs, maybe not even in the state of Florida, what it is that they need either to launch or to grow their business. And then, we know a lot of people, maybe we could try to make some connections, and maybe it's just a matter of letting somebody vent like sometimes they do need to do. But I'll create that this morning, and I'll drop the link in the chat for the video, and then people can let us know what they need. See if we can't help everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I say? I always say, and nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something. And creating a link and a survey and a link and trying to make connections is it's not a huge task. And so if we can do that for you, I would like to do that for you.
And if anybody
because I would do anything for you.
I would do anything for you.
But I mean everybody that might see this. And we do get a lot of views over the course of the week after
we do. I wonder too if you wanted to be added to the Wednesday meetup calendar invite, you could
put that on the survey.
Yeah. Just that way people can connect from all over the country every Wednesday night.
Yep, that would be so cool. That would be so. Think of the people we might meet.
I know
that we don't know yet. We could, in the last Monday of May, we could be having a conversation about some really cool people we've met from across the country. Isn't that exciting?
We could. Everybody, that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be. And if we can help somebody in the meantime, or maybe they can help us with something. That's not really as important, but yeah. All right, I have to get off this call because I've got appointments all day.
All right. Well, closing out April. This is our last show for April.
Yep. The next show will be in May, and we will be here, maybe not with bells on, but we'll be.
We'll be there. All right. See you,
Have a
Battle.
good
Bye,
week,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.